By the time that many of you might tune into this, it could be Sunday night, maybe Monday morning, and you're probably getting ready to think about starting your week. So I want to just offer a kavanah, a meditative intent for you to think about as we begin to think about a new week, and this week in particular, which is to ask yourselves where you find yourselves at this moment. How are you seeing yourself mostly? And how are you seeing the world? Are you seeing the world with a sense of possibility and wholeness, or are you seeing the world as a place that has a lot of healing that it needs? I ask this question because we are in the Torah portion for this week is Amor, and it begins with a description of the Kohanim, the priests. And what we learn about the priests is that they are to be physically perfect. You are apparently disqualified from becoming a priest in ancient times if you had physical blemishes. Now that strikes our contemporary sensibilities as all wrong. How would we say that the only people fit to serve God on behalf of the people are those who are without physical flaw, who have that kind of perfection? And in particular, in this book of Leviticus, when we're told that we are to be a mamlechet kohanim, a kingdom of priests, what does that say about all of us? Are we supposed to be perfect in what we do? I think a lot of us, when we think about ourselves, we tend to see our blemishes and our flaws, certainly before we see any sense of perfection. I know there are some exceptions of people with extremely strong egos, but I think a lot of us tend to focus on our flaws. And there's a certain health to realizing that we are not perfect and that we have growth that we need to work on and things that we could be better at. But I think the other question of this week's Parsha and this week is the question, can we also hold on to that wholeness that's there? Can we see this part of ourselves that God has implanted within us that's connected to the divine, that is beautiful and whole and perfect in its own way? Can we see beyond our own flaws and the flaws of this world to see that there's a beauty and a perfection to a lot of what's out there? Like most things in religious life, it's about living with paradox. It's about living both with the awareness of the imperfections that we have and that we know exist in our world, and also the awareness of what's possible, what can yet be. When we touch that gratitude, when we touch that perfection, we can feel that sense of gratitude, that sense of wonder and wholeness about this world. And we might also feel gratitude for what we're not yet able to be. Because when we have those blemishes and flaws, they give us the opportunity to grow and to become more whole. So in this week of Emor, as we continue our count toward Shavuot and Sinai, may we be blessed both with the gift of the awareness of our wholeness and our perfection. May we also be blessed with the ability to help ourselves and the world become more whole. Have a wonderful week.